For 10 years, there have been numerous sightings in the southwest of England of the so-called Beast of Exmoor. Encounters joins a disparate group as they all follow the call of the beast.
You're listening to The Late Show with Adam Quayle. I've been hearing a lot lately about this mystery beast that's stalking the moors at night. The so-called Beast of Exmoor. Is there really a beast out there? If you think there is, then I'd like to hear about it. What do you think it is? A puma? A panther? A leopard? Does this beast really exist?
The only time I felt a little bit frightened, I think, was when I saw the black one, because
black pumas,
that was something I
but
wasn't
black
sure.
pumas just don't exist.
There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that
Black
it's
leopards do.
a black panther or a puma, but definitely black.
I heard it one winter's night, in the early hours of the morning. It woke me from my sleep, and I raced over to the window, thinking it was right outside the bedroom window. But it must have been a good half mile away down in the valley. It was a very clear night, still. You could have heard a pin drop. Now, it wasn't a fox. It wasn't that strangled noise of a fox. It wasn't an owl, it wasn't a cow. It was three very clear, decisive calls with the odd second or so in between. And after the third call, there was a sort of exhalation of air, like almost a whistle, but not quite. And I rushed out here to the piano, because I could hear this ringing in my ears. And I pitched it as starting from there, and that is the range, just from there to there. It really makes your back hair stand on end, really.
That's roughly the sound that the big cat makes at night.
It was 1:30 in the morning. I was just to go to the outside toilet before I went to bed. I heard a strange growl coming from the yard, which didn't sound like anything I'd ever heard before. So I went outside into the yard, and it didn't run or anything. It just stayed there, and I couldn't see it because I didn't have a light on it. So I came back in and got a gun and let a shot off in the air, hoping it would frighten it off. But it just ran up into the field and seemed to get aggravated. So I sort of followed it out, went to the edge of the field and let off another shot in the air, and it just seemed to make it even wilder. We could hear it running at us through the corn. It just seemed to keep coming back. We couldn't drive it away or anything. By the time we got the lights out, there was nothing there, it was gone. But the growling was like nothing, like I say, nothing I'd ever heard before.
Yeah.
It was quite frightening, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very frightening. I was upstairs in my bedroom. I'd just gone to sleep, and I heard the first shot after I'd heard the growl, which sounded very low and almost like the animal couldn't quite get it out, sort of couldn't quite form it. It sounded quite aggressive, and I heard the first shot and I thought, well, it would go. But when I heard the second shot, I started to panic and really did grip me. I came running down the stairs, really.
It just looked like a small bear, really. The way it was running and that. It's just another beast to add to the list, really.
Beast Watch.
Good morning, you're listening to the Adam Quayle Show, and it's time for our regular Beast Watch slot. There have been quite a few sightings overnight, and if you've got anything to report, then give us a call on 0282 600 600.
If you're going to sit in a bush with a camera, it will smell you about 100 yards away, and all it will do is just go into cover and wait till you're gone. You could be driving around with it in the glove box, and if it just jumps across in front of the car, you wouldn't even get the camera out of the glove box.
The mobile van here, the beauty of that is that you can go anywhere, anytime, but the disadvantage is it's very visible and it's noisy because it's got the small motor to power the camera on the roof.
I first became interested in big cats in about '89 after camping in North Devon and finding a carcass of a sheep, a ewe, outside the tent. I was alarmed that nobody was doing anything about it. I mean, I wish it wasn't me that was having to do this, because the last thing I can spare really is my weekends and time tramping around the countryside, basically doing a policeman's job, collating information, trying to build up a pattern of sightings and sequences. So I'd approached our photographic branch in the Met Police, and that's where the time-lapse video comes into play. By filming it on time-lapse, you'll get movement, and you'll see the animal from different angles as it turns around or walks out of view or walks into view. And you'll see it for a length of time. You won't just get one photograph. And the area you can cover is just much larger. You can cover, half a field, and can cover it at night as well. But the beauty of it is when I'm at home in bed, asleep, the system works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
How's that look?
That looks safe enough. That should be okay there for a couple of weeks.
It's a nice alignment, is it? Camped up all right?
Yes, that's fine.
Give it a go. Let's go.
And we've got another caller on Beast Watch. It's Lobster Paul from Porlock. Go ahead, Paul.
I was taking the dogs for a walk down the marsh one evening, and all of a sudden I saw this black thing. And this thing walked up the side of the hedge and disappeared through the hedge, and that was the last we saw of it.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Doreen, could I borrow your mixing bowl?
Hey, what do you want it for?
Well, got a little job in the garden, okay?
Mind to have it back in one
If you
piece?
think that it's all a load of rubbish and there is no beast out there, then give me a call on 0282 600 602.
My wife doesn't allow me to do this sort of thing in the house, but I've collected some droppings from a nearby wood, and I want to see whether they contain any cat hairs. Cats lick themselves, and they do quite often come out inside the droppings. So I put them in this bowl. I'm pouring hot water over these droppings to soften them so that I can get the hard parts out. I'll give them a good stir.
Well, I became interested in the big cats right from the time they were first sighted on Exmoor. And various friends told me there'd been a book written. And of course I got it out and it was Nigel Brierly's book, so I read it. And that really fired my enthusiasm. So I started sending him lists of sightings of people in my area. And his aims were more or less the same as mine. We felt that these animals needed some form of legal protection because at the moment they don't exist officially.
I'm looking at the hair from the droppings we got, and I'm concentrating on the centre of the hair, which shows a lot of fine striated lines, which we call lattice work. Again, the centre of the hair appears to be about half, which is what is commonly found in a puma.
Got the pad stand by here, adjacent to that tree stump. And I think probably in that bush there for the camera, it'd be tucked away quite nicely.
Peter's devised the pressure pad camera system. You've got a small area to bring the animal in. So we then had to use a lure, and the two lures you can use are either catnip or urine. And the catnip is very difficult to get hold of because you have to grow the plants. It's easier to use urine because it's more readily available.
Right. So the old Puma urine. Oh, it's like neat ammonia.
Hello, Jackie. Oh, Nigel here. Do you want to come and see a sheep kill? I thought you would.
I appreciate there are people about who don't believe that there are big cats out there, but I think it's up to Nigel and me to prove with scientific evidence that they are there. And that's why if we can go out examining hairs found on fences or in droppings, we are doing something of a scientific nature to show that these big cats are there.
Put the pads over it and cam it all up. Right. At work we use three types of sort of methods to try and catch something or somebody. The first method is you find a venue and you wait for the robber to go to that venue and you catch them doing it, say outside the bank. The second method, you find a victim and you spend months following that victim around, waiting for them to be robbed or have their handbags stolen, and then you catch the person that way. And then the third method is whereby you find somebody you've received information that they might be a suspect for that crime, particular sort of crime, and you follow them about 3-4 months. And we've tried to apply those basic rules into this instance here. It's an impossible feat to try and follow the animals about, or to anticipate accurately where they're going to turn up next. So all we can do is work out where they've been seen on a regular basis, go to that site and use that as an ambush. Like, this is where the theft's going to take place. So, you know, we only need to get lucky once and we've cracked it. But it should give us a good clarity photograph about 4 or 5 feet away from which you can identify the suspect or the cat, hopefully.
First became interested in the beast when working for a local newspaper. Periodically sightings of this mysterious creature would come in. So I decided I was going to come out and have a look for the beast. I wasn't too sure what I was looking for, but having walked around the tracks, there were various signs that led me to believe that maybe there would be something around here.
Well, I think they're very elusive, but then, you know, when was the last time you saw a badger? And there's thousands of them. If it's a puma we're looking for, then I'm not particularly worried because everybody accepts that these things are fairly human-friendly. However, if it's a leopard we're looking at, a black leopard, that's another ballgame. They can be killers. Yeah, it's pretty spooky.
You're walking along, you hear the crack of a twig, and you think, oh, shit, here we go. But it's, you learn to live with it. Anybody says they go out hunting it and it isn't scary, Anybody who's actually seen what this can do can understand being scary. Yeah.
Nigel, this is a bit which I found rather interesting. It's a bit where the claws have dug into the lamb's flesh. Almost as if the cat was holding the lamb down from, in here while he was chewing. Basically, all it's done is taken out part of the shoulder and chewed away the neck. I mean, that all the rest of the animal seems to be basically untouched.
Yes, the pumas are much more keen on getting the blood than actually eating the meat of the sheep. He jumps on the back of the lamb to bring it down, puts his claws in, and then grabs hold of the head with his teeth.
Yeah. It's not characteristics, like a badger, you'd expect a badger or a dog to go from the rear or the gut, But this just seems to have just taken it straight from the throat and finished.
Definitely a cat kill.
It would be nice if somebody could trap this animal or even, take a decent close-up photograph or, preferably shoot the blooming thing.
They're not big cuddly things at all. They are a wild animal with great potential to kill. As we've seen on Exmoor, there's a great number of sheep killed down there and killed savagely. Teddy bears are big cuddly things, not wild cats. I mean, they've got claws on them that can rip the veins out your arm as quick as lightning. I'm a slaughterman by trade. I get all the way around the southwest where this beast has been marauding or moving around. I shoot a lot of bulls, mad cows. So I think one day on one of the farms that I shoot and the cat is about, I shall have him. I like to shoot the beast and, have him in my trophy book. I mean, I've got a lot of things in there as trophies, but I think the beast would be the creme de la creme of all of them. There wouldn't be many people in the country can say that they've shot the beast of Exmoor or the beast of the Clontarf or the beast of Taunton. I mean, it's a fairly elusive sort of animal. I mean, I think that would be the top of my trophy book to have that in the trophy book. That would be the very top. That would be it.
Beast Watch. Welcome back to Beast Watch with Adam Quayle. Phone line update now. 73% of you think that there is a beast out there. So,
well, I've travelled Exmoor the last 12 years with a video camera and looking for the Exmoor beast. I've filmed everything you can think of. The badgers, the stoats, the weasels, the mice, everything. The red deer of Exmoor. But I just can't get the beast of Exmoor on there. I've seen the Exmoor beast. I've seen it twice, and it's definitely a cat, a Puma cat. But I just can't. I've been everywhere. I've covered nearly everywhere, in caves, places like that, looking for it. I've seen the tracks, but the Exmoor beast is too clever for me.
This is a 308 rifle. We use this when we're hunting the beast out in the open. Very accurate at 300 yards, 350 yards. This is the bullet we used, which is a home-loaded one which we load specifically for ourselves. This is a 44 Magnum. We use this for shooting bulls over about 60 yards. It's very, very accurate. It fires 150 grain bullet, which obviously, as you can see, it's a fair piece of lead. Now this one, this is 8-shot Mossberg pump-action rifled shotgun. Like that. I think up to about 100 yards is perfect. Fires two sorts of bullets, 8-bore buckshot or single-shot Brenniker. If you come upon the beast at very close quarters, he'd be the ideal tool for it, better than the rifle. One I use in connection with my job is a .357 Magnum pistol. We use it for the humane slaughter of animals, in confined spaces. You could use it as a last resort against the beast. What the hell's that? Yeah. Ah, here it is. Information is right then. Bit gloomy in there, I should think. Oh, good place for the beast. Let's stick this. Get this bloody thing right. I think it's right good in there. It's a bugger. Yeah, right. Christ, it's bloody dark in there. Ideal place for the beast. I've got tracks around here. It could be a fox, that's too small. There's one there, a fairly big one, mine. Very weird in here, cool, it's quiet day. Nice. Pretty cool. We're a bit surprised the Exmoor beast hasn't been in here. Yeah. I don't like it in here at all, man. It gives me the willies. Tracks down there, too. Yeah. Yeah, definitely tracks there. I ain't going much further. I'm a bit scared. I think I want to get out of here. Look at me. Let's get out of here. Don't like it at all, mate.